I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what?
The what?
And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
I'm zombie but awake 밤비가 내려wake Can't wait, no time is a game so I just put it all my way I'm zombie but awake 밤비가 내려wake
What is good, my crazies? Y'all, welcome back to the lab. Lee here in the stoop, man. Y'all saw that title too as well. We got 6 Mandela, May the 4th be with you. Yes, 6 Star Wars Mandela Effects for this wonderful May the 4th be with you day. Yes, you gotta love it. It is one of those wonderful days, as well as a little extra too. I have another camera over here recording my behind the scenes in between takes of this whole show. So if you want to see that, it will be uploaded shortly after this video, somewhere in between. So please check that out and let me know what you think of that. But before we get this May the 4th going, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and man, leave those comments down below, man, about your 4th and what all you believe in the Mandela Effect. So without further ado, let's get this May the 4th be with you. Started with number 6, and we're gonna go with Obi-Wan Kenobi and the famous line I've just said, May the Force be with you. Now, the Mandela Effect with this as that the original time he tells Luke Skywalker, May the Force be with you, is in the New Hope video, basically where they're about to split off paths. And Obi-Wan Kenobi tells Luke, hey, may the Force be with you. But that scene is totally wrong, and here you go.
The Force will be with you, always. The Force will be with you, always.
In that scene, you saw Obi-Wan tell Luke, the Force will be with you, always. Now, that's the first time Obi-Wan Kenobi says anything to Luke about the Force being with you or anything of that. But this is the scene where a lot of people think and believe and truly believe this is where Obi-Wan Kenobi says that famous line we are quoting today, may the Force be with you. Quote, may the Force be with you. Now, that is the scene, that is the Mandela Effect of it. I remember that scene too as well. That's just an iconic scene because it is just one of those iconic movies that started everything in the Star Wars genre in a way. So what do you remember? Do you remember Obi-Wan telling Luke always, may the Force be with you? Or do you remember like it is in this reality, the Force will be with you always? Number 5 on this wonderful May the 4th be with you list is going to be CP3O's silver leg. Yes, his silver leg, the iconic silver leg in the movie as well. And I hope this is the Mandela Effect. We all remember as children growing up watching these movies, watching Star Wars, becoming a warrior, becoming that person into the Force, and we always remember CP3O being totally gold all the way through. That's what made him so iconic and stuck out from the most. Well, apparently we have been totally wrong about this memory appearance of CP3O. In this movie, he has always had a silver leg. He's had one silver leg everywhere. There's even toys depicting that he's had one silver leg, but there's also toys with him being totally gold all the way down, like I remember in my reality, in my memory, in my own universe. But what do you remember? Do you remember the silver leg the way it is present in this present day of time? Or do you remember, like many of us remember, with him being totally solid gold? Now, number 4 on this list, we're going to one of the other part of the series with Miss Palpatine. Yes, she's talking, they're yelling about the whole democracy, the Republic, rising up and doing what they do. And that famous line in that movie, The Return of the Sith, or The Revenge of the Sith, give or take how any of us really remember that too, because that can be the Mandela Effect too as well in this. But it's that sad phrase that she says that, so this is how democracy dies. Well, apparently, we've had that wrong the whole entire time.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause. So this is how liberty dies.
Well, apparently now you hear her say, so this is how liberty dies. Now, the Mandela Effect is how I said it before, how democracy dies, not liberty dies. This is wild to me because there is memes about this. There's just people going crazy about this because this one is a really deep Mandela Effect because, you know, we remembered how this is how democracy dies, but when she says liberty, it kind of hits people for you who know what liberty is and what it stands for us who live in the United States. So if this is how liberty dies, this is a spooky, eerie, creepy, maybe a sign that we need to look out for. But what do you remember? Do you remember how I remember and millions of us remember this is how democracy dies? Or do you remember how it is this creepy time of era? This is how liberty dies. Now on the halfway mark on this, may the 4th be with you. This has to do with definitely the famous one, Luke, I am your father, the Mandela Effect that started all the Mandela Effects on the Star Wars Mandela Effects. And yes, that famous line, how I said it, how we all remember it, Luke, I am your father. Well, as you know, apparently it is not that way anymore, and well, here you go.
He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
No. I am your father. No. And we all know this one. Yes, we all remember this being Luke, I am your father. We've seen James Earl Jones say it, as well, I got a couple more for you. Here you go. Here's some Simpsons for you.
You must avenge my death, Kimba. I mean, Simba. Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father.
Psychedelic, baby. Luke, I am your father. See, the Simpsons never get it wrong. The Simpsons write the script on this all anyway. So how can you not believe that we've all remembered it being Luke, I am your father. So if you've always remembered it being no, I'm your father, then no, you're wrong. Because it's always been Luke, I am your father. Now, number 2 on our list, we are going back to Obi-Wan Kenobi in The New Hope and the scene where him and Vader are going at it, blowing it up, going and he tells him, you'll never be as powerful as me. If you kill me, I'll be more powerful than ever. But we all remember this scene. We all remember this scene as Luke runs up and he sees Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Obi-Wan Kenobi looks at him and he does that thing, and well, look at this.
Ben?
Now, my mind, my reality, my Mandela Effect, maybe many more Mandela Effects, is that when Obi-Wan Kenobi looks at Luke and he puts up the lifesaver, he turns it off and then he dies. But now, as you saw in that scene, as you see in the scene, he does it, he looks at him and he leaves it on, and Vader, zoom. That scene was never like that. I remember, millions of us remember, when Obi-Wan Kenobi pulled up that lifesaver, he turned it off, and it was, no, Ben! But what do you remember? Do you remember the lifesaver always being on as Vader strikes? Or do you always remember him being off as Vader strikes? Let me know. Now the last one on the list is going to be Chewbacca. And how can I forget the great level bubbable, great old hug, best sleep you'll ever have in the arms of Chewbacca, the great Chewie of all times. And this Mandela Effect has to do with the same movie, New Hope, as they receive their medals. As I said, as they receive their medals, because this Mandela Effect goes towards Chewie and him not receiving his medal. Yes, as you see here, you see the gang and Leia putting the medal over Han, over Luke. You see Chewie, and you see the rest of the gang, and they turn around, and there's no medal on Chewbacca at all. Not a single medal at all. Now, in my reality, in my sense, I always remember Chewie receiving that medal as well, because he had to bend down because he was a Chewbacca, and she had to put the medal over his head. Now, I don't know where it went. I don't know what reality we live in anymore, because I missed the medal. But there is evidence about that too as well. If you look in some of the comic books, as you see Leia give Chewie his medal. He receives his medal. As well as in the last movie, as The Rise of Skywalker, Chewie gets the medal back, and that's a symbol of basically the New Hope is rising again. No, there's a New Hope, but that was his medal that he received from Leia, because that was his best friend, the best pal in his world, and he left, and that was the scene, that was the part of it, that was the Mandela Effect showing you too as well, that he did receive that medal. But what do you remember? Do you remember that medal always being received by Chewie? Or do you remember it like it is in our reality now, not getting a medal at all? It hurts my feelings, because how can you take the most lovable character in the series, Chewie's medal, away from him? There you go, 6 May the 4th be with you, Mandela Effects. Oh, what a wonderful day it is. I hope the Force is doing wonderful things for you, either side that you might believe you're on. And with that said, if you remember to hit that thumbs up button, if you remember to subscribe, and you remember to hit those comments down below, that Force will be with you always. Till then, keep your mind open, because those eyes will see everything in front of you.
Hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.